Texas Longhorns. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Missouri Tigers, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Missouri ready to kick off to get us underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Longhorns offense will have the football first. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
Third down, and they'll need 5 to keep this opening drive moving. From the gun, wants to pass. And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. The Longhorns will punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. He'll field the punt. Get back. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. The Tigers offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot. Every single...
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. So Missouri will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. He's brought down, but there's also a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about.
Personal foul. Roughing the kick. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So it's 1st and 10 after that costly defensive penalty on 4th down. Catch in the middle. It's Terry. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Breaks into the open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got to burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
From the gun, running back on the move. They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is the top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Wants to throw. It's Nickel. Fires to the end zone. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to...
Touchdown, Missouri! Quick strike through the air for the score. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4. And the Longhorns are in the hurry-up.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Got a first down. Moves up to the 34-yard line, give him a 10-yard pickup.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Bringing the heat. Going to try to get it himself. He'll get it out to the 43-yard line. That's where they mark him out of bounds, and this offense is starting to do a little work. The Longhorns are facing 3rd and inches. They'll try to power their way ahead. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. He might want another play. They'll try the outside to the left. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. Man, oh man, that ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so you're running back.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
And the Longhorns will line up to punt it away. That last punt basically flipped the field. They'd like to do it again. Not going to risk a return here. Calls for the fair catch and makes it just around the 30-yard line. He'll do it himself. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Looking downfield, it's nickel. Here's the pressure. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Defense came on the field with fresh legs, and here on just the second play of the drive, they're able to get a sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Find space on the right. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Turning it on. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
The Tigers are on the move. Give to the running back. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. That's the end of the quarter, and Missouri has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. Sixth play of the drive coming up. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Shaw. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. DKR heating up and trying to make 3rd down impossible here. Fires to the wideout. Caught over the middle, it's Terry. Touchdown Tigers! A great catch and run for 6.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
The Longhorns will hustle to the line. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Quarterback making adjustments. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Pocket breaking down. Creates a little room. And he can't hold on to the ball at the end of this big game. They recovered their own fumble, but they'll still have to give up the football and turn over on downs. Going to the running game. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Under fire. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And the defense just gets their 4th sack of the day. And guess what? This offensive line, they gave up 4 last week, too. So you need some consistency up front. Make sure you protect that QB that can make those big plays for you.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He'll be stopped short of the 40, right at the 41, and this interception has given them a great opportunity. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Quarterback on the keeper.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in. Got that separated.
This is a designed run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. To the air, it's Nickel. Rushes on him. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needs. They found themselves now in a hole. They're trailing. Got to get pressure on this QB. Can't give him time to get comfortable. They get to him, get the big sack. Maybe this gets them back in the football game.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. Going right to work up top. Caught behind the line. It's Baylor. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Off play action. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. You always want to give your big-time players a chance. That might have been too much of a chance to give right there.
And I know I'll give you a chance when it's one-on-one, but not two-on-one. You got to see that. You got to understand that they're trying to take away this guy. There's a reason they're trying to take him away. What else can I do now to take advantage of that defense?
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big time
lofts one high and deep. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The offense burns his 3rd and final timeout of the half. 4th down and inches, and you go read any book you want to, any analytical measure, and it will tell you, go for it.
1st down, Texas.
The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. The play action fake. Looking to the big tight end. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They'll move the tight end. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Complete to the left. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Here's the handoff. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Wide receiver comes in motion. Making side adjustments here. To the air on second down. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got him. Touchdown, Longhorn! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement. And, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He'll bring it back from inside the 15. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Snags it quickly on the left.
I love having guys that have the ability to make something happen after they catch it. Simple hitch route, right? Okay, give me some extra yards. Give me a first down after the play. Nice job by the wide receiver.
Shakes off the defender. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
That's why it's so important to have success on first and second down. They're running the ball on second down. You trust your O-line to get the job done. The running back does his. And now, with the positive play, you're setting up 3rd and inches.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. To the ground to try to pick up the first. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
That has got to feel good if you're this offense picking up that first down by running it, because we know the struggles they've had this season, particularly.
Picked off. Takes it the other way. At the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Texas! What momentum you get when the defense comes out with a play like that. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
From inside the 15, here comes the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Now the play fake. Shoots it to the left. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a superb matchup in Austin today. And it's been an absolute clinic in fundamental defensive football so far. A total standoff with both teams refusing to give an inch. And I know this new era of football is about chucking it all over the yard and just outscoring the other team. But this game is a throwback, and to be honest, it's refreshing. And with that, let's get it back to our fellas at DKR.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. We're all locked up here in the third quarter as he's set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside, and the ball pops out. Oh, inviting disaster. Almost a disaster on that return. They jump on it, and they'll maintain possession. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Back to pass, it's Nickel. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense, it brings up a fourth down. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes the Texas offense. They dug themselves out of a 14-0 hole, and now a chance to take the lead on this drive. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
This defensive end is an animal. He already has 2 sacks, and we're only in the third quarter. I'd move him around a little bit more defensively so that the offense has no idea where he's lining up. Because right now, man, he is feasting.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. The deep thinking brings some heat on third and long from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. They'll move the wide receiver. On fourth down, looking for the completion. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Looking to throw on first down. Had to throw it before he wanted. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times early in this run with some picks in this game, and so that time, instead of trying to force the play and make something happen out of nothing, he just throws it away. The defense wins that down. You live to play another day.
They were able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. Off the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Got his man on the right. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
This has been a tight one. Third quarter, all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10. They go to the ground. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll play it safe and try for 3. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And with that, they've taken the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Ohio State looked dominant in a victory that was never really in question. That offense had zero problem putting up points, not unlike the days of Stroud and Fields and so many greats before them. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that. It sounds as if they had a good one there. He gets across the 25, steered out of bounds at the 26. And the Longhorns have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Motion from the wideout. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Timeout, Missouri.
They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on 4th down. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll run play action. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one match.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Makes the grab. He's run out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 26. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Between the uprights, it's good. They double their lead up to 6 here in the 3rd quarter.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. I think the one thing you can say here, Jesse, is that both defenses have done a pretty good job mitigating damages.
Yeah, and on that last drive, not getting it on 4th basically only cost you 3 points. That's the good news. Let's just turn the page, David, and move on.
So I think you can still be aggressive. You can still go for it on 4th down. Now you know you can trust your defense.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. The Longhorns want to crank the tempo. Trying play action. Intercepted, the defense has set him up. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Tigers. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6.
And linebackers are so athletic nowadays in college football. They can play man on running backs and tight ends and all over the field. And how about the linebacker making the athletic interception and then showing you he could be a running back, taking it all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wants to throw on 1st down. Wide open downfield. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. They don't seem interested in inching the ball down the field. That big play sets them up. 1st and 10 from the 36. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense, period, that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable. Especially
quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He wants to change this route. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Didn't put much on that one, and it's incomplete. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Converts on 4th down, still going. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. He'll keep it himself. Oh, he's got some space. The 40, the 30. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
Listen, anybody can run the option, and it looks great. Multiple options, going to be very hard to defend. The quarterback has to make great decisions. Nice read, nice job running the football, chewing up some yards and making a big play.
Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Hauls it in. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away.
And that was an important kick here in the 4th quarter, man. You want to take that touchdown lead, make them have to go the length of the field and score a TD. Nice execution by this offense. Nice job trusting your kick.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Last time they had it, they were backed up in their own end, marched right down the field and scored, and now they'll try to do that once again. Quarterback making checks. Off the play fake on 1st down. He'll try to do it himself. Got room at the 35. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a 1st down. And the Longhorns moving quickly to the line. Looking downfield on 1st down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. They had hoped to come up with explosive plays, and they used one there to set them up inside the 30, 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He'll pull it down and run. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a 1st down. Try to get it to the edge. Oh, and that's just like a penalty. They get in the backfield and knock him down for a loss of 5. The Longhorns now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Off play action. Under fire. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious, time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
Going for 6. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And that's a wobbler, but it grazes its way over the crossbar. That'll cut this lead down to 5.
And I think I understand the thought process of the offense here. You cut into the lead. Now a touchdown wins it. I might have stayed a little bit more aggressive, but they obviously trust their defense, and they're trying to get the football back to this offense and try to make plays late in the 1st quarter.
Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake will get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
And ball security at this point is at a premium for this offense. You're backed up in your own end. You've got the lead, so you want to be able to run the football and stay on the field, bleed the clock. But you know the defense is going to be ripping away at it, right? They're going to be trying to get hats to the football and forcing a fumble. So whoever's got the ball has got to have 2 hands on it this drive.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. So Missouri will have to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes the catch around the 50. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack. Get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Winston.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
Trying to make magic with his feet. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
4th quarter, obviously trailing in the football game, you're going to need this dude, your quarterback, to make plays. And you got to call plays like this where it's a pass and he still takes off and gets the 1st down. It's his time. It's the 4th quarter. You're trailing. The ball's in his hands.
Out of the backfield, he's open. There he goes. Touchdown, Texas. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with a QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the 4th quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
Looking to throw. It's caught for the 2.
You know, teams practice two-point plays all throughout the week and all throughout the year for situations like that. You need to make it a three-point game so your opponent can only tie now with a field goal. Great job of execution.
From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So will the defense try to keep it all in front, or will they go after the quarterback here and try to end it? Here's a heat. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Oh, man, they've already lost one quarterback today. Now the backup comes in and has to take a shot.
I might think about protecting my QB a little better. I already lost one. Now your second guy gets hit, and you got to keep this guy healthy. You got to keep him upright. You got to protect your quarterback.
Well, the defense, they're smelling blood in the water now. Of course, they've already knocked the starting quarterback out of this game, and now with the backup in, they're bringing more pressure. It almost looks like they're more excited to get after him. This is just a very excited, very emotional defense right now.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. They'll give it to the back. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down.
Offensive coordinators don't really have play sheets for 3rd and 75. Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but when you put yourself in a bad situation, backed up like this, you know, with mistakes and...
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Taking it the other way.
What a play by this defense. You got the offense backed up. You stay aggressive, break on the football, make a big play, and your offense is jacked up inside the 5-yard line with a chance to punch this in and get some points on the board.
The defense will have to key on the run and try to get this ball back. He'll do it himself. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Let's go! Quarterback sneaks it ahead. Scores on the sneak.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. His drive will open from the 15. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Oh, they're after him. Got it in the middle. It's Terry. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. To the air on first down. Pressure coming. Blasted as he lets it go. Intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Clark. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. Third and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the first. From the gun, wants to pass. The quick out. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a 4th down stop. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Quickly to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. What will they dial up on 2nd, and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Another sack. This quarterback group, not this quarterback, this one, because you're already on quarterback number 2, taking a lot of hits today. Got to keep these guys upright, got to protect them. This offensive line has to do a better job.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking deep. Fires it incomplete.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an out.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. And they got to the line expeditiously, spiked it, and stopped the clock. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Bringing the heat. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
Such a hard position to be successful in. When you know you need 2 scores and it's under 2 minutes, the defense, look at him. Great job playing pass, understanding the situation, breaking on the football, and ending this football.
He hurls one deep down the left side. It's complete, and he will score. Touchdown, Longhorns! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. Guess they wanted to make sure they rubbed a little salt in the wound here down the stretch.
And it's your job to stop it. Keep playing football. I like it when the offense keeps the foot on the accelerator. It's your job. If you don't like it defensively, do something about it.
From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. They'll start this drive going to the air. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
The defense is dialed in right now, guys. They've got the lead. They're expecting pass. Offense trying to go 4 verticals, but all game long, this defense has stepped up, and they force another incompletion.
Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. Just needs a crack to get a return. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David. This was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses in this game. It was no different.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.